welcome back to all of you, especially our viewers in Abilene, Corpus Christi, and Bryan College Station, of course, along with everyone else. Okay, so 2014 is going to be a banner year for the fashion world, but to move forward, we have to look back.
We do.
Court, you're going to tell us like the top fashion moments.
Yeah, there were a lot of big moments in fashion this year, whether it was haircuts or pregnancies or kind of some PR flops that kind of happened in the fashion industry, or even some women that kind of began making on the forefront of fashion.
Oh, cool.
And that's kind of what I want to start with.
Those stories.
Okay, one of my favorite shows, we watch this all the time, is Scandal.
Yeah.
Kerry Washington, who's come out playing the Olivia Pope, and she's kind of gotten a lot of attention in 2013 especially. She stepped out in designers like Stella McCartney and designers like Marchesa, and she's really
beautiful in anything.
She's really kind of emerged as kind of fashion royalty here in the United States. You know, I don't know what stylist she's working with, but definitely making some great choices on the red carpets, in her personal life when she, you know, when the tabloids catch her, just looking spectacular all the time.
I wonder if she uses I wonder if a lot of those stars use the same stylist that styles them on the show. You know, like in Sex and the City.
Yeah,
Jessica
Patricia Fields was the stylist there, and then she used her in her personal life as well. Yeah. But yeah, so it's kind of nice to see people kind of emerge and step out. So we're not seeing the same, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow's and all of those people that you expect to see in the top dress, but new people like Kerry Washington. Another really gorgeous woman making a big hair move this year was Michelle Obama with her bangs.
Bangs, yep.
A really fashion-forward look, especially for a first lady. I think we're used to seeing people like, you know, what's her name? Hillary Clinton, you know, with her infamous side part and her, you know, that it's almost newscastery hair is what I think a lot of the first ladies look like.
Oh no, it's perfectly coiffed first lady hair. But can we show that photo again? Because she didn't just do the bangs, she did like a full-on
fringe move.
So
and
it's very
what's
cute.
funny about this is even President Obama recognized all the attention that her hair was getting. And in one of his speeches, he said the most significant event of my second inauguration was the debut of my wife's bangs. And so, you know, it's funny that he can see that not only is she, you know, she a fashion icon, I think, for this, you know, she's kind of our current day Jackie Kennedy, you know, but that her bangs are even, you know, making a splash. Okay, pregnancy fashion was a big deal in 2013. You know, I think two of the biggest, pun might be intended, people that, there was, Kate Middleton,
yes,
who
looked flawless,
did pregnancy perfectly. I mean, she just looked beautiful. I think half of the time you couldn't even tell she was pregnant, but most pregnant women, I mean, they're like, put on the leggings, and they don't really care because they're so uncomfortable. But she just looked really beautiful. Even the day after giving birth to George, she stepped out with that beautiful polka dot dress, and she's always looking really lovely.
Yeah.
But then, of course,
flip side.
Yes, there was Miss Kim Kardashian, who was also pregnant this year. And I think she tried to make it so obvious that I think she tried so hard to be cool still that it ended up just looking really, really bad.
So I had heard that dress was designed by one of Kanye's friends. And that they, you know, kind of asked her to wear it. So I don't know if that's a story that her PR people spun after
but
that
you know what's funny?
choice.
That dress, doesn't it remind you of the dress that Robin Williams wore when he dressed up as Mrs. Doubtfire?
It does a little bit,
You remember that flowery dress?
Yes.
Okay, a big PR flop that happened with a big brand this year was with Lululemon. They had to recall $20 million worth of product from their stores. Here's an image of this, of these pants that were see-through. So when you were doing that downward dog, you were seeing way more of the person in front of you than you bargained for.
Yeah.
They had to recall $20 million worth of product, taking a really big hit. And then in a PR move to kind of fix this mistake, they came back and said, well, maybe the people that this is happening to aren't meant to wear our pants. Basically fat shaming women across the United States whose pants were see-through.
Right.
And then just kind of digging themselves into a bigger ditch.
Yes, and he's since been replaced now as CEO.
Since then, yes, the CEO has been removed, and they're trying really hard to kind of scrape their way back up as kind of the leader in athletic wear. And then finally, I think this is a big mention that I think a lot of people, if you aren't in the fashion industry, you probably didn't know this happened. Prada announced its first black model in its ad campaign in 2013, and this is their first black model to go in any of their ad campaigns since Naomi Campbell in 1994.
I wonder why. I wonder why it takes them so long to...
I don't really know. I don't know if maybe they hadn't found a model that had fit their brand, but this girl, 19 years old from Kenya, really making a splash on the model scene, and kind of, you know, getting her portfolio stocked full of Prada ad campaigns. So good for her, good for them. And it was just a really big year in fashion.
It was interesting. Now I'm looking forward to like what's going to happen this year.
I know, and Fashion Week is in 5 weeks, so I'm sure I of course will keep y'all very posted.
I love it. Okay, of course you can get all Courtney's great fashion advice and looks ahead by going to thecourtneykerr.com. Find out what Courtney wore. We have more Table Talk coming your way next. Stay with us.